Are we good?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Founders Table. Pull up a seat to the Founders Table that's led by two founders, myself, Nick Long, and Mr. Anthony Busciglio, where we talk about real issues that you, as a founder running a scaling company, face. And wow, we had some issues getting today started, right?
Yeah. Like it's been since yesterday. Issues all fucking day.
Well, I was just talking about the lighting. Geez, you want to unpack that a little bit?
Getting deep.
Yeah, geez. I was just talking about trying to fix the glare on the TV, and you're.
I'm talking about just solving problems. Period.
Well, I guess that's a good topic to discuss, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had some problems with the camera. We had some problems with the lights. I mean, this coffee's a little problematic.
That's caribou. That's good coffee.
Caribou, is this the one that comes from the animal? Like it eats the beans and shits them out?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you never heard that?
No.
Kopi, I think it's called Kopi Luwak.
What?
Kopi Luwak.
The fuck's a Kopi Luwak?
It's a type of coffee. This animal like eats the coffee beans. It shits out the coffee beans. They gather the coffee beans and they process the coffee, and it's supposed to be like one of the best cups of coffee in the world.
Get the fuck out of here.
You never seen Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and
when they're old.
Yeah, that's what ends up happening. He tells them like, I want the best cup of coffee in the world. He drinks it and then he tells them, an animal shit that out, and they cry laughing. That was one of the things on the bucket list.
What kind of animal shits it out?
I think it's like a jaguar or some shit.
You're making all this shit up, dude.
I Google it. Kopi Luwak coffee. There's an animal that climbs the tree. It eats the coffee beans, shits them out. People gather the shit. They sift and sort the shit, and they make coffee. It's the shittiest cup of coffee you ever had. But it's a true story.
Is it a really true story?
Yes. But anyway, back to.
I've never heard of anything like that.
It's the real deal. We're gonna Google it. Maybe Mackenzie can work some magic and just put like a little Google bing Kopi Luwak coffee. Like
I'm calling Fugazi on this.
It's not Fugazi. And maybe she can do a little Fugazi buster.
You're gonna have to
do some special editing.
If you find a video of the jaguar taking a shitting the coffee beans out,
I don't know if she can get a video of the jaguar shitting, but she could at least get like a Google thing. Put it like right here that says. That I'm not full of shit.
Listen, it's probably on YouTube. You can find anything.
Maybe you can find it on YouTube. Insert it right here. Ding. Am I right? We're validating it.
It's real?
It's a real thing.
Let me read that.
It's a real thing. Read it right here. But I want you to put this down here, Mackenzie, in your editing magic.
Kopi Luwak is made from coffee beans plucked from civets' feces. Civets. What the fuck's a civet?
It looks like a jaguar.
This is bad news for civets. It's the world's most expensive coffee, and it's made from shit. Or rather, it's made from coffee beans that are partially digested and then pooped out by the civet, a cat-like creature.
Yeah, like a fucking jaguar.
By the way, this is Fugazi.
No, it's not Fugazi. That's what I say. It's Fugazi. Now let's look up. Let's look up what a.
What's a civet?
Kopi Luwak animal. So I don't know. We're gonna look it up.
What's a civet? Look up what a civet is.
That's what I'm doing.
Hey Siri, what's a civet?
Look at this guy. Okay, it's not quite a jaguar.
Ew. That is not a jaguar. A jaguar's pretty. That thing looks like a fucking...
You're drinking this guy's coffee right here.
Ooh, that thing's nasty.
This kind of looks like Kevin Levionis after like a program bender. He hasn't slept in 2 days. Can we insert a little picture side by side of Kevin Levionis and the civet? They kind of look alike, don't they?
A civet? I didn't even heard
Look, he's
that.
fucking eating the beans.
Oh, God.
Yeah, anyway.
All right,
back
to the Founders Table.
Back to this episode, brought to you by Kopi Luwak, the shittiest, most expensive cup of coffee you'll have. Oh man, so yeah, problems. Like you saw me this morning. I was a little grumpy at the gym.
Yeah, I was a little angry myself.
And it's like because you were complaining that marketing was working. Now marketing's like just sort of working, right?
It just changes all the time. Like certain campaigns are just working, then all of a sudden they just like conversions just fucking plummet. Meanwhile, you didn't make any changes to anything. Like, why the fuck are the conversion rates down? And on Facebook, and we do a lot of Facebook ad marketing. We spend like $400,000 a month on paid media to provide leads for the sales floor. And all of a sudden, like when you got something dialed in and smooth, it just like gets erratic. Whether whether Facebook is their algorithm, just they make a tweak on the back end or something, and all of a sudden, like, CPCs go through the roof, costs go through the roof. It's like, I didn't fucking do nothing. What just happened? Just when you have it stable, then all of a sudden it gets all erratic, and then it affects the guys on the floor, and then the lead volume, and it's just... it's just a thing you got to monitor all the fucking time, and it's tough.
Well, I mean, I think marketing, like, I call it the core four of business, right? The core four of business is sales and marketing, finance, operations, culture, right?
Yeah.
And you need to have, like, all of those things firing. But at any given moment, like, one of those legs of the table is wobbly, it's short, it's non-existent, But I think as a founder and an entrepreneur CEO, like, your ability to build a big business is your capability of solving big problems.
Yeah, for sure.
And actually not getting, like, hamstrung with the problems, not getting, like, completely spun out, because you could be very reactive right now, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're changing the script, we're changing this, we're changing that. All of a sudden you change all these things and you don't even know what the fuck was due north in the first place.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. So you've got to just kind of isolate things and look at it and say, okay, well, like, it was working, it's not working, and then sort of start problem solving. And how do you problem solve?
It's difficult. You try to backtrack and look if you did make any changes without realizing you made any changes, and then you look at, like, okay, these 3 months we were doing good, really, really good, like winning big every day. Are we doing things now that we weren't doing, that we forgot that we were doing? Fundamental stuff that got us to X amount of sales per day. Why are sales kind of down? Why are these guys not performing? Why is this thing? It's just like, there's so many different things. You got to just be careful changing too much, and then you don't know what change affected what.
Have you heard of the scientific method?
I think so, but
elaborate. I don't know if you. I actually used it as a slide. So, like, science never fails, right? Why does science never fail?
I don't know.
Well, why would you think science never fails? Like, why do we have cars instead of horse and buggies? Why do we have cell phones instead of rotary phones? Why do we have internet as opposed to mailing letters now, like previous? Like, why has science never failed? What would be your guess?
Oh, because it's proven. I don't know.
Well, it's proven, but it's really because they never stop iterating. Like, science never stops iterating, right?
Right.
And I think that's what you have to do as a founder. Like, the scientific method, as it pertains to business, I call it the business scientific method, is that right now you have a problem, right? I'll use you. Your problem is, like, sales were this, now they're this, right?
Right.
Marketing spend hasn't changed, ads haven't changed, maybe the price per lead's going up, but we're just not converting.
Right,
leads.
correct.
All right, so then the next step is, so that's the problem, identifying the problem. The next thing is to identify the constraint. Right. So what is that constraint? What is that choke point? What is that thing that you believe is doing it? And then you hypothesize, like science does, a solution. And then you test one solution against the control, which is what you're doing.
Yep.
And then that solution either works and you're like, sweet, we solved the problem, or it doesn't work, which means you still have the same problem. You just had the wrong, like, constraint and hypothesis. Right. And science does this very, very well. Right. They just keep testing. And I think that's part of the magic of being a founder, is you have to be willing to fail. Like, because you're on your way to failure, you're actually finding, like, solutions, and you're finding fortunes along the way.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think the only problem you and I really have is that we think we shouldn't have problems.
Yeah, maybe sometimes.
Well, I mean, right? Like.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me that, like, your company's got 80 plus people, multiple locations, moving into a beautiful new office, fucking thousands of people on recurring revenue, millions of dollars in revenue, but you wake up every morning going, fuck, is it all going to end?
Yeah, I operate out of fear because of, what I lost,
right.
A long time ago.
I mean, and there's a healthy aspect to that, but, like, there's also, like, probably a detriment to your fucking health.
Yeah, sometimes sleep-wise, for sure.
Yeah, you told me you didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, last night.
That's why you're grumpy today.
That's why I'm grumpy today.
That's why you need a shitty cup of coffee.
That's why I need a shitty fucking cup of coffee.
We should go find this cup of coffee.
I'll try it.
I mean, where do we find it, though?
Mia, find out where we can find that shitty cup of coffee.
I think next episode we should have a Kopi Luwak coffee.
Kopi? I never heard of it before.
I can't believe you saw the fucking movie. You never saw it?
I don't remember that part.
You got to go back and watch it.
I want to watch it again.
They literally laugh till they cry. And that was one of the things on their bucket list, was to laugh till they cry. But anyway, how in your opinion, how important is the ability to solve problems with success as a founder entrepreneur?
It's like maybe the most important. I shouldn't say the most because we always, this is the most, but it's super fucking high up there. I mean, it's like the main part of my day is solving fucking problems. You know, like
I actually think it might be one of the most important things.
it is.
I think it's your ability to not wear the problem, right, emotionally, and that's hard.
That's hard.
I mean, this morning I woke up in a like fuck everybody mood. You know?
It's hard. It's
Because
hard.
it's just like sometimes things are going my way, and many times they're not. And many times when they're not, I'm able to just like, all right, I'm just figuring my way
I got to
out.
talk myself up.
Yeah.
No, literally talk myself up. Like, yesterday, Monday, Monday's supposed to always be a monster day because, we run marketing all
You
weekend.
get all the leads over the weekend.
Fucking 2,000 leads times $20 a lead, spent 40 grand over the weekend to provide enough leads. And we shit the bed yesterday. You know what I mean? So, naturally, I get fucking angry. You know what I mean?
When you go into this like anxiety mode,
Fucking mad. I wish. So I woke up at like 2 a.m. I just woke up and then like I'm gonna go back to sleep and I just start thinking about something with the marketing. We got to tweak this, tweak that. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And then I really didn't fall back asleep again. It was kind of like restless. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get up at 4:15 and go to the gym. And then I came and saw you. We worked out and we crushed our legs. And tomorrow we're gonna be hurting.
I was like a little Bambi on ice this morning.
And then on the way here, I did my little journal entry, in my phone. Literally, I'm like this is
good.
This is good. This is why I get paid what I get paid. I get paid to solve problems. Always be positive, optimistic. Don't be reactive. I literally talk that to myself on the way here before I got here today.
Wow.
And I'm still a little angry, but
Well, I mean, it's hard not to be. Like you pour so much of your life, so much of your time, so much of your energy, so much of your emotion into these things, and it's like it's never for a lack of effort.
no,
It's never for lack. I could deal with things if I was like, all right, I'm a lazy fuck and I just watch Netflix and drink all day. But like, dude, we're in the gym by 4:15 a.m. Work out, do gratitude, like kick ass as husbands, fathers. Show up to baseball games, birthday parties. I mean, you name it. Have very little time for ourselves. That's what most people is like. Oh, you're an entrepreneur. You're a founder. You got so much time for yourself. I'm like, what? Yeah. What is time? Like, I don't even know what that is. It's a construct that doesn't exist because it's just like it rolls 24/7. I mean, I was on a call before this. We got, a couple minutes left here and I got another call and then I got another call and then I got another call and then I got to go to be a baseball coach and then I got to go be a husband and then I got to somehow in all of that figure out like what I want and solve a series of problems along the way.
with the hopes of getting to some finish line.
Well, yeah, with hopes of like having no problems, and it's like, wait, what is this? It's like Brewster's Millions. Speaking of movies,
Great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But Brewster's Millions, it's like he had no money, and he thought if I had money, I'd have no problems. They gave him all the money, and then the money created all these problems.
He could have took the $3 million.
Yeah.
But he went for the 300, and he had to spend $30 million in 30 days.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, he had to spend.
I thought it was one like.
He said you could take $3 million now, or you could go for the whole $300 million. For you to do that, you got to spend
all of it.
You got to spend $30 million,
and you can't own
in 30 days.
Any assets.
You can't own any assets. Yeah, nothing in 30 days.
And that was gangster at the end.
It was awesome.
Where he bought the
at the end,
he bought the stamp.
The stamp, and he mailed it to him.
Yeah, and they thought he was going to lose.
Yeah, I wish I had his problems.
I mean, but you know what? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's weird. I think you have to decide the level of problems at which you're willing to solve. Understand that like those problems are going to exist, and understand that the problems that you solve are going to have a direct correlation to the income that you bring in.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's it.
The bigger the problem you could solve.
Like when you're working at, Walmart or McDonald's or, a minimum wage job, I'm not speaking down to anybody. However, those problems you're solving are small. Saying, would you like fries with that is a small problem. Not a small fry, it's a small problem, right? Like trying to figure out how to not lose money on a $40,000 marketing spend in one day, that's a bigger problem. But you solve that $40,000 problem.
It's a lot of fries.
It's a lot of fries. You're gonna have a lot more money, right? You have 80 people on payroll. You have $1 million a month in payroll. That's a big problem to solve. But therefore, if you solve that problem for those 80 people, you deserve to make a lot of money. And so I think the message to the founders is, one, don't drink shitty coffee. Two, is to make sure that you understand that you're just a professional problem solver. And if you could wrap your head around that and understand that, oh my God, this is a big problem, on the other side of that big problem is an amazing possibility. And once you get through that problem, you actually will have the perspective of solving that problem, which gives you permission to solve even bigger problems.
You know what, Nick?
That's a lot of fucking alliteration.
After this conversation, I feel better.
Do you?
Not.
You want to go get a shitty cup of coffee?
Let's go get a shitty cup of coffee.
All right. Well, I hope you have lots of problems, and I hope you continue to solve these problems, because when you do, on the other side is an amazing amount of possibilities and perspectives. The only problem we have is we're out of coffee. So we'll see you on another edition of the Founders Table. I'm Nick Long. This is Anthony Busciglio. We're out.